Oh, man. The cold forecast may not be a good sign for Buffalo fans. Quarterback Josh Allen has struggled significantly in games in sub-freezing temperatures. In fact, out of 41 quarterbacks to play in at least 5 games below freezing over the last 15 seasons, Allen ranks 35th or worse in yards per attempt, touchdown to interception ratio, and last in completion percentage. It's funny because the other day he was like, oh, yeah, I know it's kind of difficult to catch my passes in general. RC, I'm assuming you were one of those guys that was out there in the cold, like shirt off and warm-ups and all that jazz. How much of an impact does the weather actually have on a player?
Hey, listen, L Boogie, I ain't had to do all that stunting. I wasn't finna go out and pregame with my shirt off and trying to show people that it wasn't cold, because people ain't stupid. It is cold. You're cold when you got your shirt off. You're cold when you got 6 layers, but it is what it is. You go out and play. The thing is this, nobody likes it. Nobody enjoys it. It never becomes fun. It's never something you like, oh, it's cold, but I don't care. No, you care, but you understand it's about going to play football and that everybody's miserable. The thing you got to do is understand that play by play, it's time to go out there and do your dang job. You're on the sideline, get heated up, stand in front of the heater, don't catch on fire like Ed Reed did, then go back out and play.
Yeah, anytime I'm close to those heaters on the sideline, I catch on fire, so I try to stay away. All right, Mina, if the Pats are going to be successful on defense, what has to happen?
Well, they need to not only pressure Josh Allen, but get home. Watching round 2, Bills Pats, I was struck by how much time he had. I mean, some of that was him extending plays, using his legs, but the pass rush wasn't good enough. And frankly, it hasn't been good enough for a few weeks now. The last month of the season, they ranked the bottom 5 in the bottom 5 in the NFL in sack rate. Matt Judon, I loved him at the beginning of the season. You guys heard me talking about old red sleeves week after week. Old Red Sleeves needs to show up, and not only show up, not just pressure Josh Allen, bring him down. Because if you don't bring him down, he is going to find a way to get the ball downfield. It's got to be a challenge because you're going to also have to contain him, but it's something that the New England defense has to accomplish.
Is you know what, Mina, is that, and it's also red zone defense. When you watch these 2 games, even in that awful weather game with the high winds, the Buffalo Bills were able to move the ball, but the New England Patriots stiffened in the red zone. They made plays. They made it hard for Josh Allen to get throws into tight windows. And so if they can play well in the red zone, not allow the touchdowns, then that lets this offense continue to do what they do and kind of stay in the mode of what's made them successful. But if Josh Allen is able to score touchdowns early and Brian Daboll uses his legs and you get some of those zone reads, some of those RPOs, some of those options that allows Josh Allen to be the man that we've seen him since the second half of the Tampa Bay game, that's where I think it can cause the Patriots trouble. They got to bend, but they cannot break.
Yes, teacher, I'm ready to read out loud now. Sorry, I wasn't ready for class.
Your turn.
Here's the thing, man. Who is going to step up, y'all? Because last time these teams match up, it was Isaiah McKenzie. So who's going to find, how is Josh Allen going to find that particular matchup that he wants to lock into and kind of exploit this defense? When you think about this team, obviously the first name that comes to mind is Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox, Cole Beasley. But Isaiah McKenzie was that guy. Will it be Emmanuel Sanders? Yeah. There will be a matchup favorable for the Buffalo Bills in this game. Can the connection happen? The last time, it was, like I said, Isaiah McKenzie, but it was to the tune of 11 catches for 125 and a touchdown. That is something that you're going to have to find. Remember, y'all, Bill Belichick has had 2 opportunities to play against the Bills. What you want to do will not be available. You got to find another route.
Yeah.
Yes, that's such a good point. And on the flip side, if it is Isaiah McKenzie out there instead of Cole Beasley or some of their other options, Bill Belichick and the Patriots defense, you cannot leave Miles Bryant out there just honestly on his own. They played a lot more man coverage than I would have anticipated, and he got cooked. And he's been so good for them this season, but you got to go into this game with a better game plan because that one did not work.
Guys, the Pats have downgraded left tackle Isaiah Wynn to out tomorrow. We'll see how that affects the outcome, too, as you think about some of the injuries. Yeah, Marcus is making the cringe face.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.